Hello orchid addict of all various colors and shapes, and I'm finally back for my prolonged period of jumping off the world, as I do sometimes. And this is a special occasion because I just got my package from Orchid Garden, which is basically my birthday orchid haul, although it took a couple of weeks to actually arrive to me. It's a big package with 5 orchids, I think. I really wanted these and I'm really excited to get into them. So okay, let's see what we have here. I almost forgot. First off is a species, Phalaenopsis venosa. Really wanted this one. I have a special place in my heart for species Phalaenopsis, especially if they are fragrant. And here is Phalaenopsis Velentinii, and it looks like a big one. Could it have a spike? Phalaenopsis Velentinii is a hybrid between 2 species, Phalaenopsis violacea and Phalaenopsis cornucervi. I hope I'm pronouncing that more or less correctly. Wait, are there things missing from my order? Yes, there are things missing from my order. What? Okay, I'm gonna sort this out later. So here's a cattleya. It's called Rhycnholaeliocattleya, Siao-Cing Beauty Vicky. I had to purchase it because it has a crimson flower. Love those. And here's a species again, Phalaenopsis amabilis variation aurea. Phalaenopsis amabilis is basically the Phalaenopsis, which is the founding father for most of the hybrids we can purchase in the garden stores and stuff like that. And I really wanted to have the species to actually see what the original ancestor is all about. And I'm also really excited about, sometime in the near future actually getting into Phalaenopsis hybridizing. So here's the box. It's quite a big one. I was supposed to have some sphagnum moss with this too. Okay, it's been too long. I can't remember everything. Typical. So I'm gonna unpackage them and see if they're still in live condition after being in transport for 2 weeks. 2 weeks for plants. That's the first one for me. So okay. Alright, I have unboxed all of my orchids, and I can easily say that after 2 weeks in transport they have took some hits. So okay, let's start with the best situation going on in my opinion. This is the red cattleya. It's truly a giant plant. You can see it has been grown from a very young age, and it has 7 growths, which is a very good number for cattleyas. You can see by the sheath here, it has flowered previously, which is a very good sign. And this is the new growth, which is the tallest one. And it has a sheath. The sheath is deformed, and I think it's like that because, well, it suffered a bit from dehydration and transport, but it's also the largest by far, so maybe sometime soon it will push out some flowers. So that will make it my second cattleya to ever be in bloom. The first one being Brassavola nodosa. Okay, here's the Phalaenopsis amabilis, the typical white Phalaenopsis. It has already flowered, that is lovely. And you can see it's severely dehydrated, but it's honestly not that bad. At least the top leaf is still hanging in there. One of the old leaves is dying off, not very surprising. The root system is absolutely excellent, and with a good soaking in water, this orchid should recover quite nicely. I'm really excited about this because this is a species, like not your garden center Phalaenopsis, although it looks like one. So here we have the biggest Phalaenopsis I have ever ordered. This is the Phalaenopsis Velentinii. It's in a very good state because it has remained moist, so it didn't dehydrate. And for an orchid like this to severely dehydrate, it can be very damaging. Much more damaging than a small orchid, in my opinion. And look at this. How wonderful is this? This is a hybrid between the Violacea and Cornus cervi, and the color is better than I could have expected. I love that it has an even color without any splotchiness, and it should be very fragrant, and in the future, in a couple of days, it should open more widely. But the best thing about this orchid, besides its Goliath size, which and good state of being, is that it has more flower spikes coming. Look at this one, big juicy flower spike with buds already forming. And here's another flower spike, also with buds coming. And this already flowering flower spike also has some more buds coming. This is really the best, just the best orchid I have ever ordered. This is the best orchid that I have ever unboxed in the best state. This is absolutely heartwarming. So it's going to be flowering and flowering and flowering for the rest of the summer and autumn, I assume, which is a pure joy. Usually when I order some orchids, I have to wait a year or two for them to start blooming, but you know, this one doesn't care. This one really cares to make me happy. And look what we have here. This is a flower fly. Oh, it's a little guest. It knows what's good. He approves. Oh, I love this. Can't stop being absolutely happy about this. This is just pleasing. And the root system is all okay. I need to repot them very soon. Okay, this is just wonderful. And here's another species. This is Phalaenopsis venosa. I really like this species because it has brown yellow flowers, which are also very fragrant, and as you can see, it's also very severely dehydrated. The leaves are paper thin, which is not a good sign for Phalaenopsis, and this leaf will probably die off. This is in the orchid in the worst state, but it's not dying off. It just needs a really good soaking in water for it to come back to life, but honestly, a couple more days and this and the Phalaenopsis amabilis could be goners, but at least I got to them in time. So overall, I'm absolutely satisfied with this order. I think I haven't had an orchid order from Orchid Garden as good as this. All the orchids are very large size, very mature, well worth the price that I paid for them, honestly. And they also have an excellent root system. Look at this, really good root system. Really good root system. Absolutely excellent root system. And this Cattleyas usually lose their roots after you repot them because they have sensitive roots. But this one definitely is a pot full of them, and the newest growth is currently pushing out its new roots, and that's the best thing that could be happening. You need to repot your Cattleyas when they are having their new growths starting to form some roots, so they could replace their old root system. And there are also some eyes beginning to develop at the bases of this growth, so it should be working on producing another new growth very soon. You can see it's also a bit shriveled, dehydrated, more than Cattleyas should be, but the new growth looks completely fine, so I am absolutely in love. I just wish I could have gotten to these orchids a bit faster. I don't know what exactly happened, but as far as I looked at the tracking information, they were stuck in Warsaw in Poland for 6 days, so something was going down there. And the unfortunate thing is also that I arrived in my country on Friday and I wasn't able to get to them because it was too late for me to pick them up. So I had to wait for the weekend to end until I could actually get my hands on this. Overall, it has been a faff, a bit nerve-wracking on some aspects, but orchids never cease to impress. I think no plant can survive 2 weeks on transportation as well as these have done. Like the Velentinii Phalaenopsis, absolutely perfect. So I think this is going to also be the thumbnail for my video. So thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned for more videos in the future as I come back on the planet. Bye.